it's Jen Benkel here from Out of This World Literacy. Today might be the very most important episode topic I've covered yet. And it could be the most important thing you do all year in literacy. The best part about today's topic, it's super easy to implement this strategy and you can start doing it today. So what am I talking about? I'm going to share how and why you need a class Books We've Read anchor chart in your room. What I mean by a Books We've Read anchor chart is I get a piece of big butcher paper or anchor chart and I make 4 columns on that chart. The first column I just put title, the second one is author, the third is genre, and the fourth is date. And as I read books to my class as interactive read-alouds, any picture books that I read to my class, I add those titles to my Books We've Read anchor chart. So I have this running list of books we've read as a class. I don't have to get really fancy with this. Some people get pretty fancy. You can get really Pinteresty with it, if you will. But for me, I just like to have that running list going all year long. And I keep this up as an anchor chart. This grounds all of my learning that I do with my kids in reading workshop and writing workshop, even as grammar and learning in English. We use it all of the time for mechanics. What the benefits are to having this chart up, just a few of them are that those books become mentor texts then for your reading and writing workshops. So after you read a book to your class, you could have read a book in November. You can pull that book off the shelf in April if it fits the lesson that you're doing in reading or in writing really well. And hold that book up to your class and they will remember what it was about. You just show them a few pages and they'll remember what you read together. And that becomes a really awesome mentor text then for your lesson that day. When you have the Books We've Read chart up on your wall, you can quickly, as a teacher, look back and have this amazing visual chart of all the different things that you've read together as a class, and you can think about which book will be a great mentor text for this mini lesson that I'm planning on doing today. You can use these books all year long and the kids remember them. I love that you can see all the learning that you've done as a community of learners together too. That's another great benefit. The kids can see that. You can compare characters in different books. So maybe you have a little conversation with the class and draw their attention to your Books You've Read chart and talk about which books have characters that are the same and how are they the same and how are they different. You can look for patterns in genres that you read too. Maybe you're reading a lot of biographies or you really like realistic fiction as a class or poetry. You can compare the genres that you're reading. You can quickly look at the chart and use any of those books for an upcoming lesson. It's a great visual representation. You can recall an author's writing style by looking at the chart. You can use the books as examples of writing styles within a genre too. And you can identify themes across books or authors and their writing styles. You can even compare books about similar cultures or topics that you've read together as a class by analyzing your chart together. So if you're not keeping a class Books We've Read chart, the good news is you can start today. It's really simple. All you need is a marker and a piece of chart paper. Make those 4 columns, title, author, genre, date, and start writing in the books that you're reading with your class today. I hope this chat has inspired you to keep a Books We've Read chart in your room. It's been my pleasure chatting with you today. Know that I am the biggest fan of the work you and your students are doing in the classroom every day. If you'd like more teaching tips, you can check out outofthisworldliteracy.com. Until next time, you've got this.